Hi, welcome to my last drawing tutorial of 2020. So today we're going to draw the gingerbread man. To draw this picture, here are the following tools you need. You can stick the four sides of the drawing paper or not. To draw the house, you will first need a stencil, which you can make it yourself. To make the stencil, you will need a cardboard paper or any paper, wasted paper, and then you will have to draw out the house. Just follow the following steps to create a 3D house with simple horizontal lines and with your ruler. After drawing the house, you can cut out the house. So you just have to trace along the outline of the house, and then your stencil will be ready. So this is what you will need for the stencil for making the house. Now with the inner part of the house, take some tape, fold it so you can stick it on both sides and stick it at the back of the house. After that, stick the house onto the drawing paper. So where the house is put at is decided by you. So the position for now that I've decided is the center of the drawing. So it's time to scrape some pastel. With a light color, light yellow color, I will use it as the background, and then I will fill the entire drawing paper with this light color. Because you have already stick the house in the middle, you don't have to worry that the yellow will also fill up the middle part. Then with a light blue, I will use it near the edge of the paper. I will fill most of the drawing paper, but do not fill the middle part of the drawing. Like leave some yellow like this, so there will look like there's a halo around the house. To create a sense of layer, you will have to add a darker blue once again, but this time you will use less powder. So the darker colors you use, the less powder you use for your drawing. Once the colors are on, you can use a clean finger, draw tiny circles along the areas where three colors kind of meet together, and you can blend the colors better by doing this. And as always, remember to clean your fingers before you move on to the next step. If you want the layers of colors to be more obvious, you can also add an even darker blue at the very top of the drawing, but you don't have to add a lot. Remember to add a little bit. And since the setting of the drawing is during dawn, I will also add a bit of pink at the top of the yellow halo, so right above the house, so to create an orangey kind of sky. So now it's time to use the erasers. For me, I will be using an electronic eraser and also a normal eraser. If you don't have an electronic eraser, you just have to find one with a very thin eraser for you to draw lines. The lines are to outline the snow, the land, to distinguish which part is the snow. So you just need a very thin and slim kind of eraser for you to draw lines. And later on, you can use with a normal rubber, which is normally very big, to color, kind of so-called coloring the snow. What do I mean by coloring is to actually to erase some parts, starting with the top with very much more strength, and then much lighter strength at the back, so that some of the blue would be left, but this effect will help us to create the snow. So it's finally time to draw the gingerbread man, our main character of this drawing. To do that, once again, you will need another cardboard paper or any wasted paper and simply draw a circle, and this circle would be the gingerbread man's head. After that, you just have to draw a long, very long U in order to create the gingerbread man's arms. So look at what I'm doing here. I'm actually drawing a very long U. After drawing them, just cut it out, and then your stencil for drawing the gingerbread man is ready. So just in case you have cut the stencil with a scissor like me instead of a cutter, remember to tape the opening to create a perfect circle. With a light orange color, I will scrape some powder on another area, and do not scrape the powder on top of the drawing paper yet. And then I will dip my index finger, and then I will color the circle with the powder like this. Once again, with my electronic eraser or a very slim eraser, I would erase some parts to create the eyes, the brows, the mouth, and any decorations you want for your gingerbread man. So for the decorations on the gingerbread man, imagine yourself making a gingerbread man and you can decorate yourself. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. For example, this time I just draw a Santa hat for my gingerbread man. But before that, I wanted to draw a gingerbread man holding a cup of hot chocolate. So it depends on what you want your gingerbread man to look like. This is a very free part where you can design your gingerbread man yourself. For the gingerbread man, I mainly use correction fluids and also the color pencils to help me to decorate, and also I've also used the erasers to erase and rub off some places to create certain patterns. So it's really free, and if you want to make your gingerbread man really cute, you can use a pink dry pastel powder, and with your pinky you can dip your pinky onto that pink pink powder, and then dip it on the cheek area of the gingerbread man to create a very blushy gingerbread man. So you're done with the gingerbread man. What's next? It's going to be the forest. You're going to create a forest with, I don't know, a lot of Christmas tree, anything, but basically you're drawing a lot of trees. So since you're drawing a lot of trees, you will have to first scrape a lot of green powder, like a lot and a lot. And with the cotton stick, the round bottom, you just have to dip that cotton stick into the green powder, and then start drawing the trees on the drawing paper. So how do we draw the trees? Basically, you are drawing tiny lines, and the higher you go, the less lines you have. The lower you go, the more lines you have. So basically, you can see what I'm doing with the cotton bag is actually like this. So you're drawing tiny little lines for each layer of the tree. And you can see the lower you go, the more short lines you have to draw for it. Basically, you just have to use your cotton stick to follow this movement, and that's how you draw a Christmas tree. And then you can use a brown color pencil or the edge of a brown dry pastel to draw the stem, the root of the tree. And if you feel like, hey, the trees is not obvious enough, like especially the leaves that are not obvious enough, you can use a green color pen to draw the same lines to kind of strengthen the colors on the tree, so it's more obvious. It doesn't matter how many trees you want to draw, but as long as you're done, it's time to draw the gingerbread house. Use the other part of the house stencil and with a light brown, scrape some powder on the other side that is not the drawing paper, and then dip your finger and then color the house like this. Once you're done with the coloring with a slightly darker brown, you can color the right hand side with this slightly darker brown to create a more 3D effect, because it is inside where the light is not so bright, and that's why there's a shadow on the right hand side. So that's why you have to add a slightly darker brown on the right. Once you're done with the coloring, it's time to use your slim pencil-like eraser again, and you just have to erase some parts so the outline of the house can be clearer, like for example the roof. With this eraser, you can also decorate your house by drawing some snow glaze along the rooftop, or perhaps the decoration on top of the roof where it is white in color, or perhaps you want it to be snowy. Then you can use your eraser to help you to decorate. Now once again, the gingerbread house, like the gingerbread man, is something you can decorate on your own. You don't have to follow what I'm drawing right now. You can reference to pictures on Google and then just simply have fun with decorating your gingerbread house. For me, the tools for me to decorate the gingerbread house includes the color pencil, the eraser, white pen, once again correction fluids, also silver pen, and all of these help me to draw the candies, to brighten the lines along the house, especially the white lines, and especially you can also draw some canes, candy canes, and with red and blue color pencils you can do that. What's more, if you have a stencil like this, you can also use the tiniest circle you can find on this and then draw snow, because Christmas, there's snowing during winter and during Christmas, right? Basically, you're done. So once you're done your painting, remember to share it with me by tagging me at magic.in.J.M.Wong, and remember to follow and subscribe, and if you like this video, remember to give a big thumbs up and to share with your friends and family. And last but not least, Merry Christmas everyone! See you next year!